All right, this video is for both Unit 3 and Unit 4, so it's a little bit longer from your review packet for Algebra 1. All right, so first thing, says a river on one part of the Rocky Mountains has a flow rate of 250 cubic meters of water per second. The flow of the water can be modeled mathematically with a function Wt equals 250T, where Wt represents the volume of water in cubic meters at a time in t seconds. Okay, so we want to figure out which one of these is correct. So if we says 7,500, the total volume of water that flows in 30 seconds. Well, if I plug 30 in there, I get 250 times 30, which that's how they got the 7,500. So the total volume of water that flows in 30 seconds, that could be it. 30, if time takes 75 cubic water meters to flow. So again, if I take the 30 and plug it in, I get that 7,500. So let's see if this is correct. 30 what? Seconds? 30 seconds. The time it takes 7,500 meters of water to flow. That could be it too. 250, the flow rate of the river in cubic meters per second. That also could be correct. 7,500, the flow rate of the river in 30 seconds. So all of these could be presented as the correct item. So we're just kind of knowing what it is. 30 seconds is time, and W at T is 7,500 cubic feet or cubic meters of water. So I think all four of those could be a correct answer based on that. So on the test, I imagine you would have to, which one would work mathematically, and we'd give you the T to work. Number 40, in the river problem above, what would T stand for in WT equals 3250? Well, what we'd have to do there is we'd go 3250 is equal to 250T. If you divide both sides by 250, you'd find that T equals 13 seconds. So T equals 13 seconds, the total water that flows at a point at 3,200 or 3,250 seconds. No, that's not going to be right. Okay, T equals 3,250. No, time's not 3,250. Time equals 13, the time it takes for 3,250 cubic meters water flow past point. That could be it. And that the 12 that didn't even work. So C has to be the correct answer there. Now we're going to use the graph. So at f at 1 is right there, so the answer has to be 0. The y value is 0. F at -2, so you go to -2 and you look up here, that points to 3. That's the correct answer. 43, f at x equal to 3. So this one's going to be a little bit different. This means I need to find the y value of 3. So y value of 3 is up there. So what seconds does that point to? And it points to -2. And then find the value of x if f at x is equal to 0. So at 0, is f at x is 0. Oh, f at x is 0. This means our y value has to be 0. So it's not that one. It's this one or this one. So that's -1 and +1. So the only one that would work is that one. Those have the same y value being 0. And where is it increasing? It's increasing here, and it's also increasing here. So from -4 to -2, -4 to -2, that one's going to work. And from 0 to 1, that one also works. So the only answer could be B. The whole graph isn't increasing, so we can't say that. From -4 to 0, so -4 to 0, you have increasing and decreasing. And from -1 to +1, we also have decreasing and increasing. So the only one that could work is B. So this one, what is the domain of this function? Well, these arrows point forever. So it's going to go from negative to positive infinity. Identified where it's constant. Constant means the line's horizontal. Okay, so it's horizontal from -1 to +1, which is there. For this one, it says you are trying to decide if you want to use Uber or Lyft to ride home. You have studied the local costs and created the following path for the companies. So Uber is this one and Lyft is this one. So Uber is equal to Lyft at 2. Well, that's what looks where they would cross, so I'd say that's true. Uber costs more than Lyft. Uber costs more than Lyft, less than 2. So you're talking about this region over here. So it looks like Uber is less expensive. It's below it, so that's also false. Uber costs less for a short trip. So not too much talking.
Oh yeah, by the way, before you do,
This one says Uber costs less for short trips, less than 2 miles. Well, here's the Uber. So yeah, that's true. It's underneath the line. A trip of 6 miles would cost $17 on Lyft. So 6 goes up here. That comes out to 17. That's also true. A Lyft costs more per mile than Lyft. So look at the slopes. Which one's steeper? Uber steeper. So yes, Lyft or Uber. This is false because Lyft costs more than Lyft. Uber costs more than Lyft. Lyft costs more than Lyft. I think that should have been Uber. So in this case, Lyft wasn't as steep of a slope, so it doesn't cost more. Think about questions you might want to put for your notes for your teacher. Let's go to Unit 4. Write an equation in point slope form. It contains this. First thing I'm going to do, x1, y1, x2, y2. Find the slope, which is this equation. Negative 4 minus 1, negative 2 minus 9. It's negative 5 over negative 11. So that's 5 over 11. So I'm looking for a slope of 5 over 11. So this one works, this one doesn't, this one works, this one works. Now, if we're putting it in the point slope, remember it's this. I kind of moved it backwards a little bit. That's okay. So I'm going to have x minus 9 inside. None of those work, so maybe they use this one. Plug that in, so I get a positive 2. This is the one that works, so you have to go through a little drill and kill to figure that out. Which of the following is the graph of this? So I know I have a y-intercept of 0, negative 5. So 0, negative 5, not that one. This one's going to work. This one's going to work. And this one's going to work. Okay, so we eliminated one of them. Slope of 2 over 1. So from here, I go up 2, right 1. That one worked. Let's see if it, so far I think B is a good answer. 2 over 1, up 2, right 1. Nope, that one doesn't work. Up 2, right 1. Nope, this one doesn't work. So the answer has to be B. Which equation is going to work for this line? Okay, so first thing I might do is let's figure out the slope. So I'm going to go up 1, right 2. So I have a slope of 1 over 2. So that cancels A and B right away. Let's look. Which one has a 3 comma 4 on it? 3, 4. So that's 0.3 comma 4. 7, 6. That one. Oh, but look, the slope is 1/2. So this is the only one that works. That was a 1/3 slope, so it didn't work. It did contain the right point, but had the wrong slope with it. Let's graph this. So we're looking for a graph that has 4 comma 2. So 4 comma 2, yep. 4 comma 2, nope. Because 4 comma 2 is right there. 4 comma 2, nope. And 4 comma 2, oh, it has it right there. Okay, now let's look at our slope. Our slope is in front, which is negative 3 over 1. So let's go down 3, right 1. That one works. This one, does that, or this one, does it work? Down 3, right 1, nope. This is the only answer that works with that slope. 57, we're looking for a y-intercept of 0, negative 2. So it works here, works here, works here, works here. So it works on all of them. Which one has a slope of 2/3? So up 2, right 3. This one works. This one's a negative slope, so that doesn't work. This is a negative slope, doesn't work. Up 2, right 3. Nope, that one doesn't work. So the only one that works is letter A. What is the equation of this line? Well, this is a horizontal line. So horizontal lines are always y equals a number. In this case, the number is going to be 4. So this is the only one that works. This would be a slanted line. This would be a vertical line. This would be a slanted line. So the only one that works is B. Which of the following lines is increasing? So we're looking for a positive slope. There's positive slope, negative slope doesn't work, negative slope doesn't work, negative slope doesn't work. So the only one that works is A, which is in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form looks like this, y equals mx plus b, no parentheses, is the only one that doesn't have parentheses and set up in that fashion. Which line has a y-intercept of -2, or 0, 2? Okay, so my b value is equal to 2. So this one works. I wonder if this one might work. Nope, I don't think it's going to work. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. So that's our only answer that works. Again, you're looking at y equals mx plus b on that one. And b is the y-intercept, so plus 2. That's the only one. C is the only one that works. Which of the following has no solution? So that's going to give me 3x plus 7 equals 3x plus minus 2. If I subtract the 3x, I get 7 equals -2. That's no solution. What about this one? That's going to give me 5x minus 4 and 5x minus 4. That has infinite solutions. This one, that's 2x plus 6, 2x plus 6. That's the same on both sides, so that's infinite solutions. This one will have a solution. So A is the only one that doesn't work. It's when you get an untrue statement, when all the x's go away. Solve this equation, so add 23 to both sides. So I get 4x equals 20, or 36, excuse me. Divide by 4, divide by 4, so x equals positive 9. The only answer is D. For this one, we want to solve for x, so I'm going to distribute over. So I'm going to get 10x minus 4 equals 8x. Subtract 10x from both sides to get x by itself. So those cancel. -4 is equal to -2x. Divide both sides by -2. Negative over negative is positive. 4 over 2 reduces to 2. So x equals 2. The answer has to be C. Number 65, distribute over here. So I'm going to get 18x minus 12 equals 22x plus 4. Let's subtract 18x from both sides. Those cancel, so -12 is equal to 4x plus 4. Subtract this 4 from both sides, so I get -16 over here. It's equal to 4x, divide both sides by 4. -16 over -4 is x equals -4. This be answer A. Solve this equation, so let's distribute the 3 over the parentheses first, so I get 2x minus 15x minus 6, excuse me, made a little mistake there, equals -9x minus 6 minus 4x. So let's combine the like terms, so that's going to give me -13x minus 6, and then I combine those together, I get -13x minus 6. Are the equations totally equal on both sides? They are. This is real, or all real numbers. Infinite solutions is another way you might want to see that. For this particular problem, we can subtract 5 from both sides first. We could have multiplied everything by 3 as well, but this will get us the same result. 15 minus 5 is 10. Multiply both sides by 3. So x is equal to 30. For this one, let's get rid of that. Let's multiply everything by 2. So the 2's cancel out. That gives me just 1x or x minus 6. The 2's cancel out, leaves me plus 5x. Minus 12 equals 22, because 2 times 11. Combine like terms, that's 6x. Combine these like terms, that's going to give me -18 equals 22. Add 18 to both sides. Those cancel out, so 6x is equal to, let's see, that's going to be 1. That's 40. Oops. If I divide by 6, ooh, I don't have an answer. There's no answer. There's no answer on this one. We made a mistake. So ask your teacher how they maybe could have corrected that for you. For problem 69, let's multiply both sides by 2. Those 2's cancel out, so x plus 5 is equal to 6. Subtract 5 from both sides. So x is equal to 1. There's our answer. For number 70, distribute the negative over the parentheses. Add 7 to both sides. Those cancel out. Negative 3x is equal to 18. Divide both sides by negative 3. Those cancel. So x is equal to negative 6. Here's our answer A. So number 71, we want to solve for W. L, W, and H are being multiplied. So if I divide both sides by LH, I get W equals A divided by LH, which is this answer. For this one, solve for y. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. I'm going to get 4y equals minus 2x plus 24. Divide each side by 4 and reduce. Those reduce to 1. This reduces to negative 1/2 x. And this reduces to positive 6. That's our only answer. All right, let's solve this one. Let's get rid of this line that followed me along. I'm going to do this. Subtract 4n from both sides. So those cancel out. So 4 is less than negative 3. 4 is not less than negative 3. This is false, so there's no solution to this answer. For this particular one, we're going to distribute the 2 over the parentheses. Let's subtract 2x from both sides. Those are gone. Subtract 4 from both sides. Negative 6 is less than 3x. Divide both sides by 3. Again, negative 2 is less than x. Less than or equal x. Flip this whole thing over. So you get this. So what we want, we're going to have a square bracket at negative 2, and I want values bigger. So negative 2 hard bracket or square bracket to infinity. Answer is B. Last problem. Multiply both sides by 5. Those 5's cancel out, so I get 2y minus 7 is greater than 15. Add 7 to both sides. So 2x is greater than 22. Divide each side by 2. So x is greater than, just greater than 11, because 22 over 2 is 11. All right, so this is going to go from soft bracket, because I don't have an equal sign, to infinity. So it has to be letter B. So make sure you ask your teacher if there's anything you need or any clarification on questions. This was good for Unit 3 and Unit 4. Have a nice day. Good luck on your final exam.